I know. I know. I've been slacking a lot. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry. I gotta make more videos. When I was talking to myself, I was talking to my girlfriend and myself. I had to do more reactions. That's where I got way more popular. Doing reactions. You know what I'm saying? I just want to do some games then and there because I never played like scary games and all that. I looked up the Corey X Kenshin, Dashi, Gaming, Dashi, Blossom HD, I looked up to these people and I was like, bro, I just wanted to play some more scary games. But I got way more popular for reacting to scary videos. And y'all see the title of the video already. We are back to react to scary animated stories. So, back then, there was this channel, and I don't know if they're still doing it. Llama Arts. If y'all don't know about Llama Arts, go subscribe to the channel. I'll put their name down in the description. Click their name, take you right to their page. If you don't know about Llama Arts, what are you doing? A lot of famous YouTubers react to them. You got Corey. You got Mess Yourself. Mess Yourself. Shout out to that nigga Mess Yourself, bro. I'm glad he's back. Mess Yourself, bro. Glad he's back, bro. But yeah, you have all these people who react to this channel, and y'all don't know about this. So, subscribe to them, and we're going to check out some of their videos. So like the video. If y'all want some more reactions, y'all know what to do. Like the video, subscribe. And I got some new headphones. The first one we are going to react to is a creepy deep web story 2 animated.
I was 26 years old, and I was unemployed. Feeling unfulfilled by the monotony of a job life, I decided I would try my hand at working from home. So my days and nights comprised me of surfing the internet for any jobs I could get.
Okay, that's good.
I was a big procrastinator, so more often than not, I'd stray away and waste time doing other things.
Is that supposed to be PewDiePie?
I came across talk about the deep web while on Reddit. I felt amused by the people talking about it as if it was something so scary, and decided I'd look into it.
Who still go on the deep web? Be honest with me. Tell me, do you know somebody who still do that? Because if you do get on the deep web, what's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? You should not be on that deep web, bro. Go do something. Do YouTube. Do some gaming. You know what I'm saying? Why are you on the deep web?
But I made it even sillier by deciding to check it out late at night. It was about 2 a.m. and I came across a website where you could chat with someone anonymously. The person I got was a woman. She was in her early 20s and very pretty. She sat with her head in her hands, looking playful into the webcam while...
He don't think this is awkward if a female in a dark ass room. Maybe he's in the dark ass room. I'm sorry y'all hear that. That's loud. I'm right here by this. But he might be in a dark ass room too, but you can maybe see in his light, right? He don't maybe have his camera on, but yeah. She's on the deep web. I would have thought this was fishy. I'm already off. You know what I'm saying?
Batting her eyes. I had no desire to turn my camera on and started our chat, thinking that while I didn't come across anything scary, I could befriend this pretty girl. It sounded like a better deal anyway. She told me to turn the camera on, but I ignored that request and tried to get her to talk. She finally did after some prodding, but I noticed how guarded she was. I also noticed how after every message I sent, her eyes would look off camera, either to her side or somewhere behind her computer.
Red flag. Red flag. Like, what is she looking at? What is she looking at? Like, nigga, what are you looking at?
After a while, it started getting annoying, so I asked her if someone else was there with her.
True.
I want to see you first.
She said, Up until now, I'd been chatting while she'd answered my questions verbally. I'm not that curious.
Don't be scared,
she said, laughing, this time looking behind the laptop again and making a face that seemed to indicate she was laughing at my expense, with someone else. This is getting boring. It feels like I'm not just talking to you.
That's because you're not. You're talking to all of us.
What?
Else is there?
Turn your camera on.
Fuck no now.
Is this a joke?
Fuck no now. You thought that was gonna just make me turn my camera on? Nah, I think she's slow. You think I was gonna turn my camera on after you said, no, you ain't talking to just me, you're talking to everybody in this room. Who the fuck is everybody? Cause you in a dark ass room by yourself. I don't know who you talking to. You know?
Turn it on.
No.
Okay, I'll be leaving now.
Yes.
Turn on the camera.
Leave.
Her laughter was almost piercing by now. There was nothing humorous about the situation, yet she threw her head back with riotous laughter.
Hey, she started laughing. Like, bitch, calm the fuck down.
I'd had enough and moved the cursor over to turn the chat box off when I saw the cursor had jammed. The only thing that was working was the chat box, and I still had access to the keyboard.
Turn the camera on, sweetie.
Her gumdrop-filled voice was louder than before, and I moved my gaze up to see her smiling toothfully at the camera. Her face still beautiful, but the smile completely fake. My computer's crashed. I can't see the screen. Sorry. I lied. I didn't want her to know I had no option but to chat. Her screen flashed before going blank. There was nothing there but a black screen. I felt relieved, thinking that at least I didn't need to talk to her while I tried to figure out what happened to the screen.
Something's about to happen.
Just then, it popped up.
Open the damn camera, you...
The aggressiveness in the message frightened me. Now, the fact that I couldn't see her face while she typed this made me feel nervous. I didn't dare reply back, but then the cursor moved. I watched shell-shocked as the cursor twirled around the screen.
Open the camera now.
I still didn't make a move. There was no way anything good would be waiting for me if I did what she asked. The screen began flickering, as if a virus was causing the computer to writhe in agony.
Nigga, you could just push your computer off. You know that? Unplug that shit. This nigga do not care about his life. Like, this nigga is not smart at all, bro.
Do you want me to find you?
My heart raced. Could it be possible she knew where I was?
If she finds you, there's only one thing to do. Pull your out. Do some Drake shit. Just know I'm bleeping some of that shit out.
Typing. Please stop bothering me.
Then turn on the fucking camera.
By this point, I thought she was some kind of sadist and got her kicks by scaring unassuming people in chat rooms. So I obliged and turned the webcam on. I saw my frightened face staring into the screen. Judging by my face, my attempts at looking tough were painfully unsuccessful. I asked around for the girl looking straight into the camera, telling her I did what she wanted and to stop hacking into my computer. There were several seconds of silence. I kept my stare directed to the little box that showed her camera feed, but it was pitch black. I motioned into the camera in confusion, feeling as if she was messing with me now. Then I saw another message.
Look here.
After a few seconds of staring at those words, I looked back at her camera, but my computer instantly malfunctioned, and I received another message.
Look here. Don't look up.
The chat was filled with nonsensical gibberish. She typed with such ferocious speed, my screen whirled away with her constant messages. Gone, but didn't look up. My patience ran thin, and I wrote back, "What is this supposed to mean?" Her response came. I read only the letters in bold and shuddered. I looked back into her webcam, and I fell back into my chair, my eyes widening. She was back there, only her face looked completely...
That looked like a face that a female would give you if the dick was not good.
demented. She had a savage expression, devoid of emotion, but her eyes were almost popping out of their sockets, and she was huffing as if she had extreme amounts of pent-up rage. The way she looked directly into the camera made me feel she despised me with all of her being. There was no amusement there anymore. Her camera went blank again. Then the chat popped up.
Look up.
My heart stopped again. For a split second, there had been the same blackness, only for the lights to come back on. She wasn't alone anymore. There was a man next to her with a black mask on. He made no movements other than look into the camera like the girl. The girl's neck creaked to her side. It looked like it was causing her pain, and then the lights went out again. The chat resumed. This time, I screamed in fright and fell off my chair. There was another man with them now. He was standing next to the girl with the original one on the other side. This man had the same mask on, but his hands were grasping the girl's shoulders. Even with the subpar quality of the webcam, I could see the force with which the man dug his hands into the girl. It looked like he could rip her in two. The girl, however, had a huge grin on her face. Her eyes were mad with glee, or so it looked. Her teeth were perfectly lined up as her mouth spread into that toothy grin, but I could see she was in pain. Even with the smallest sign of her smile fading, the man clenched his hands even tighter than before, which made her smile even wider. All three of them were shaking, as if it was extremely cold where they were. After a couple seconds, I realized they were shuddering, like trying to hold back laughter.
Why is he still there?
What are you laughing at?
Nigga,
I yelled
why
into
are
the
you still
screen.
there?
They didn't answer, and continued to tremor with concealed hilarity.
Bro,
What
get
is
the
so
fuck out
damn
of
funny?
I bellowed. They stopped shaking. Within a couple seconds, the screen went black again. When it turned back on, the man no longer grasped the girl's shoulder. Neither was she smiling. All three pointed into the camera. Upon a closer look, I understood
They pointing at that dude. They said, I want that. Let me stop.
that they weren't pointing at me. They were pointing behind me. I didn't need to look back. I could see myself in the webcam. There was someone peeking from behind me. It was another man in a mask. And according to what I saw on my webcam, he was with me in my room, right behind me. I turned around quickly, but saw nothing where I had seen him in the webcam. I turned back towards the screen and, to my bewilderment, saw a third man in the girl's chat box. It was the same man I had just seen standing in my room. Now, all three had their hands on the girl and were gripping tight. The girl wasn't laughing anymore. She had a look of utter devastation. A tear was dropping from her eye. But it wasn't just a tear. It was blood trickling down her eye socket. She then mouthed the words, "Help me," and the next second she screamed as if her lungs were being ripped off as the screen went black. I immediately got up and pulled the plug out of my computer and backed out of the room.
Nigga, get the
For a
fuck
couple
out of there,
seconds,
bro.
I swear I heard her screams even though the computer was unplugged. The room went quiet. But I was too devastated to stay there and ran out of my house despite it being 3 a.m.
Where did you go?
I caught a cab and went over to my friends, who had to talk me down for an hour before I could be calmed. I returned back to my house with my friend a day later. Everything was the same, and after thoroughly checking around the house, we concluded that there was no one there, nor was there a sign of anyone ever having broken in.
This nigga checked in a cookie jar.
I've never gone back to the deep web.
You
My
should
friend
have went
suggested
there in
it
the
might have
first
been
place.
some prank by computer hackers, but the way that girl shrieked, the terror she had on her face, it convinced me she had been a victim herself. I had wondered if I had stayed on for longer, if I would have become a victim too. Could those men have found me? Was there really someone in the room with me? There was nothing I could do, because there was nothing concrete to report to the police.
Yeah, bro.
What I did do was throw the computer out and buy a new one. There was no way I could even open it back up after what happened.
I mean, maybe, because they did hack into your stuff, so, okay. This one is called The Roommate Animated. The Roommate.
Looking for a new roommate is always a daunting task.
It is.
Even though you interview and take the time to get to know that person,
True.
you don't truly find out who they are until you start living with them.
That's the truth.
I had begun searching for a roommate after I decided to leave my current residency. I was contacted a couple of hours after placing an ad on the Facebook Marketplace. The message read,
Hey Chris, I'll be moving out of my current apartment this August and I'm looking to room with someone new, as my roommates are moving to California this year. I'm 27 and I'm currently going to school. When I'm not at school, I enjoy hiking and watching movies. I also apprentice at a taxidermy shop on the days I don't have class. Hope that's not weird. It's always been a fun hobby of mine. Anyway, I'm looking forward to hearing back from you. Have a great day, Lunaire.
My first and most obvious reaction after reading the message was to check her profile. She was a medium height, had long, messy blonde hair and green eyes. In her profile picture, I saw her standing with a man and a woman, shoulder to shoulder. They each adorned goofy grins and held up peace signs.
Hey, that's our old roommates or her friends.
The caption read, "Love my roommate."
Let's be honest. Who the fuck put that on? Who the fuck will put that on there? Like that? Come on. Now you desperate, bitch.
To myself and decided to send her a message back.
What is she doing? This don't look right over here. Like, what is she doing? Like, look.
The sun beat down on us as we hoisted various objects to the second floor of our new apartment. It took us a couple days to get everything out of moving trucks and into our new place. But as soon as we did, a wave of relief washed over our sweat-drenched and sore bodies. After a couple more hours of rearranging, we each grabbed a beer from the fridge and sat on the porch. We reminisced about old 90s cartoons and what video games we obsessed over as kids. And as the sun started to set, I truly felt relaxed and confident that things were going to work out.
Okay, bro, okay.
A week later, I started a new job for a construction company that was owned by a good friend of mine. As I was getting ready, I heard the front door swing open. I walked into the living room to see Lunaire and her friend David sliding in a large box. "What you got there?" I asked. Through a strained grunt, she replied,
I bought a freezer to store some of the animals I'm planning on using in my taxidermy work. I hope that's alright.
I was obviously hesitant at first, as there was no mention of this happening in the first place, but I eventually accepted and returned to my room to continue getting ready for work. I came home at around 9 p.m. after having a couple of beers with friends and noticed that the freezer was nestled snugly in the lower part of the pantry. A low hum could be heard reverberating off of the inner walls. I was curious to see what was inside, but didn't want to intrude on Lunaire's business, so I went into my room and changed into more comfortable clothing.
I'm not gonna cat with you. I'm a nigga that nosy. I'm gonna be 100%. I know it's fucked up. I had a roommate when I was in college. Shout out to my boy Jason. I had a roommate who was in college. We didn't have to be nosy for this shit, because you know what? All of us, both of us, will already tell each other everything. You know what I'm saying? I trusted him, he trusted me. You know what I'm saying? But this, I'm nosy. I'll be nosy. I'm looking in that shit. Maybe it's some snacks. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Hey.
After changing, I came back out into the kitchen and started making a sandwich. I opened the fridge and grabbed what I needed. As I turned around, I stubbed my toe on the edge of the island countertop and let out a long, exasperated grunt. Through my frustration, I slammed the fridge door shut and checked my toe to see if there was any bleeding. As I raised my head back up, I was greeted by a shadowy figure. Lunaire was standing in the doorway leading to her room. The darkness behind her almost seemed to envelop her.
Is everything okay?
She said in a deadpan tone. Shit, yeah, I'm sorry. I just slammed my toe into the corner of the countertop as I was making a sandwich. I hope I didn't wake you.
It's fine,
she said in the same deflated tone as before. She then turned around and walked back into the darkness of her room. I could tell that she was pissed, so I quietly made my sandwich and retreated back to my room as well, only hearing the low hum from the freezer as I closed my door. I had the next day off, so I was able to sleep in a little longer than usual.
See, walking on his...
When I finally emerged from my room, I walked into the kitchen to make breakfast. As I opened the refrigerator, I noticed that the light wasn't turning on and there was a lack of cold air escaping from inside. I turned around and flipped the light switch to confirm my suspicion. Sure enough, the power was out. Damn it, I muttered under my breath. I walked over to Lunaire's room and knocked on her door to tell her about the power outage if she didn't already know, but there was no answer. I then remembered that she had classes that day and probably wasn't home.
Down.
I walked back to the kitchen and past the pantry. As I did, I slipped on the floor but was able to catch myself on the countertop. What the? I angrily exclaimed as I looked down at the floor trying to figure out what I had slipped on. It was blood, and it started to leak from the corner of the freezer and pool onto the floor. I quickly tried to open the freezer to find out the cause of the viscous liquid, but then I noticed that it had a padlock attached to it. I don't remember seeing that before.
Yeah, it was not there.
I ran out to my car and grabbed my toolbox from the back seat. I approached the freezer and set my tools down on the nearby countertop. I then pulled out a small pair of bolt cutters and snapped through the metal of the padlock. It fell to the ground with a large thud. I creaked open the top of the freezer and was greeted with a putrid stench that permeated my
it's a dead body.
I quickly pinched my nose and walked away gagging in response. I guess I should have realized that was gonna happen, I muttered to myself in between gags. After gaining my composure, I grabbed some gloves from under the sink and started taking inventory.
You need a mask, too.
I could see a couple of dead birds and plastic bags wedged into the corners of the freezer. I took each bag out and set them in the trash can nearby. That's when I noticed that the blood was coming from the corner of the larger black bag. I don't know why, but I decided to open the top of the bag and peer inside.
I did the same thing.
Greeted by large, milky white eyes, a swollen black tongue surrounded by cracked and bloated
Is that
lips,
the girl in that picture with her?
and matted hair of a human head. I swiftly dropped the bag and fell backwards onto the floor. My breathing had ceased to exist, and I grabbed the trash can
Call
next to me and expelled my
911.
disgust into it.
Ugh.
I then ran out the door, got into my car, and called the police. As I sat in the interrogation room with a blanket over my shoulders, I couldn't help but think about the face I'd seen. It looked so familiar.
That's the girl in the
That's when it
picture.
finally hit me. I pulled out my phone and looked at Lunaire's profile picture. It was her old roommate, the one she said was moving to California. When the detective entered the room, she started the questioning process, asking me if I started noticing any weird behavioral occurrences around the apartment. Yeah, I stubbed my toe the other day and she creepily stood in the doorway. It seemed like she was pissed, but for some reason I had a strange feeling like she was concerned about something. That's when I connected the dots. She didn't come out into the kitchen because she heard me stub my toe. She came out into the kitchen because she thought I slammed the freezer instead of the fridge. A cold sweat started to form on my forehead as my surroundings became blurred. I could hear a low whine slowly starting to cover up the words of concern from the detective. As my vision started to clear, I could see another officer enter the room and whisper something into her ear as he handed her a piece of paper. "Do you have somewhere you could stay at?" she asked. I mean, I was planning on staying with my parents. They live about 30 minutes outside of town. Okay, she paused. Listen, I don't want to worry you, but we found this picture inside of your apartment. She slid the piece of paper across the table.
What is it?
I immediately felt like someone kicked me in the chest.
What?
The head of Lunaire's other roommate sat on the chair. In the background, scrawled on the wall in blood, read, "Love my roommates. All of them."
Wait, they didn't catch her? Come on, bro. It was a good story. It was a good story, but catch the bitch. Catch her. Where the fuck did she go? The next one. The woman animated. The woman. Hey. All right, tell me something, bro.
It was a late, moonless, snowy night. I heard the chilling cry of a bobcat as I arrived home from my parents' house, where we had just had Thanksgiving dinner in northern Michigan. Exhausted, I had finally made it to my bed when my pregnant girlfriend asked for nacho cheese munchies.
Oh my god, I'm so pregnant. I need some nacho cheese.
Damn, woman, why you need some nacho cheese? It's like 3 o'clock in the morning.
Be there for your wife. Be there for your wife. I'm joking, bro. I'm joking. It's all jokes. Do stuff. But I'm not counting with you. I'm sorry. At 3 o'clock in the morning? You maybe have to tell her you have to wait. Alright. Wait. And I'm like 8, 10 o'clock in the morning. Cause where I'm gonna go? I'm not going to that corner store. Crackhead's gonna be there, and then I gotta get killed. You ain't gonna get your nacho cheese after that, and you ain't gonna get no more dick.
Reluctantly, I laced up my boots and went to my car. Due to the cold, it took me a while to start the car, which only made me more irritated. But eventually,
you wanted to put a baby in her, like,
and I arrived at the convenience store to retrieve my girlfriend's mandated snacks. As I left the store, walking back towards my car, I saw a shadow of movement out of the corner of my eye. What looked like a person stood near the dumpster, just out of the light. I stepped towards the figure, and she looked at me with a giant, sinister smile. Her face was so weathered, it looked like she had cracks all over her face.
I ain't gonna talk to you.
She was crouched down and appeared to be chewing on something. I looked to see what she was chewing on. To my surprise, it was a severed arm. It looked old, as if it had been rotting for weeks. I saw her glance at something in her pocket. I could see the outline of what looked like a pocket knife. As soon as I looked back up, she quickly charged me. I pushed her away and then ran back.
This nigga play football or something. This nigga didn't even move an inch. Look, I need to put that in slow motion. Look, why? Like, look. Why she look like that, bro? She'll have to look at me like that. And then jump at this nigga. And then he pushed the this nigga didn't even move, nigga. Do you know this nigga was on timing, bro?
Pushed her away and then ran back to the convenience store. I burst through the door and frantically yelled towards the cashier to call the police as I turned to lock it. He asked me, "What's going on?" I scowled at him and said, "Please, just call the cops." I looked back outside and saw the woman had moved across the street and was still scrutinizing me as she maintained her malevolent grin. "Look, there's a girl out there who's trying to kill me." Looking over me, he replied, "I don't see anyone out there, sir." Those words shook me, even to this day. When the police reached the gas station, they began looking around for the woman while one of the officers asked me what had happened, and I told him the details of the encounter. One of the officers came back and said he couldn't find anything. I then took them back to where I first noticed her. We spent a few minutes intently searching, but there was no proof she was ever even there. The officer cocked his head and looked at me as if I was deranged and asked me in a judgmental tone, "Are you feeling okay?" I was about to defend myself, and then I started to think. I am tired, and I have had a couple of drinks, so I just told him, "Yes, sir. Sorry for bothering you. I hope you have a nice night." And then I drove home.
Maybe you are crazy.
I got home at around 4 o'clock in the morning. My girlfriend greeted me with an angered but concerning tone of voice. She asked me,
"Where were you? Are you okay?"
So I told her everything that happened. Of course, she didn't believe me. I couldn't get to sleep that night. I sat in my bed questioning my sanity, wondering if it was all even real. Am I crazy? Maybe I'm just tired. But
yeah,
no, that can't be it. I saw it.
No, you may be tired, bro.
If I saw it, why was there no proof?
I don't know. Just
Where
go
did
to
the
sleep.
arm go? Where did she go?
I don't know, nigga. Just go to sleep.
Before I knew it, it was 7 in the morning.
Damn!
I had to go to work.
You were just thinking about that the whole
I threw on my
night?
jacket as I was about to head to the construction site, and I put my hand in my pocket and noticed that there was a hole in it. It wasn't there the other day. I thought, what if she caught my jacket as I ran? Which further proves my suspicion that she was real.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't believe it. My mind completely went wild until my girlfriend kissed me goodbye.
Aww.
I told my friends at work what had happened, and they didn't believe me either.
Of course they
made
won't
jokes
believe
about
you.
it the entire day, but I had my bowling tournament that day, so that gave me something to look forward to.
Bowling
I
tournament?
got home and
You know
hung
what?
my vest
Do your
and
thing, my
jacket
boy.
up and
Do your
rapidly
thing.
put on my bowling shoes and got my bowling ball. My girlfriend looked at me with a pleasant smile and said,
When will you be back?
probably around 11.
Don't be long.
I won't.
You know
Don't
what
worry.
that means? She said, don't be
At
long.
around 10:30, the tournament had finally finished, and we had won.
Okay.
I was so thrilled I had forgotten about the woman. As we were leaving, I noticed something at the other end of the parking lot. It was that psychotic woman. We stared at each other for what felt like an eternity. She slowly started moving towards me while waving her knife in the air and making cuts. I quickly jumped into my car and turned it on. As I looked up, I saw she was standing in front of me, staring at me. She slowly walked over to my window.
Drive!
And she said in a
Drive!
quiet, deep, and scratchy voice,
Little pig,
Little
little
pig.
pig,
Little pig.
let me in.
No,
I
I'm
was frozen
good.
in fear, but I snapped back to reality when she banged on
Snap
the
back
roof
to
of my
reality.
car,
Oh,
screaming.
it's so violent. Sorry,
I
I'm
quickly
sorry.
slammed my foot on the accelerator and didn't let off it until I couldn't see her anymore.
I would have
When
ran
I
that
arrived
bitch over.
home, I told my girlfriend what had happened. Like last time, she didn't believe me. I really thought I was insane, but I tried to forget about it and get some sleep. Later that night, I woke up and saw her in my room.
Hmm?
All she said was, "Let
Now
me in,"
you are crazy, bro.
over and over.
You are crazy. How the fuck
As
you get in
got
your house?
Closer. She then started shouting,
Let me in, let me in, let me in! Let me in! Come on, Paul. Stop being difficult.
Oh,
I was wondering how in the world my girlfriend hadn't heard this going on.
Yeah. Oh, you
Woman
crazy,
was
my
right
nigga.
next to me
How is your
and
wife
held
not
up
hearing
a
this?
knife to me. That's when I fainted.
Hmm? Did you die? You went to
I
heaven.
woke startled in my room, dripping with sweat. Then I remembered I don't have a girlfriend.
He is
nor
crazy.
A house. Or a family.
He's a kid?
Come on, Paul. It's time for your morning meds. Let me in.
Oh, he was crazy. Oh, he was a crazy. Oh. That needs a like. I ain't got copy. That, hey. Llama Arts. Is Llama Arts still doing videos? These are old ones. I gotta see something. Nine months ago. Damn, 2 years. Llama Arts, where y'all been at? What y'all doing? Where are y'all at? Alright. The last one that we're going to react to is True Gas Station Horror Stories. Gas Story.
One night last summer,
Yeah, I know.
2 of my friends, Sam and Jake, convinced me to sneak out with them and drink.
What?
We were all bored, just looking for something to do. We decided to go for a walk to a local gas station that was open 24 hours a day.
I don't know
The
about
walk
that.
there was pretty uneventful. We talked about random topics and drank a couple of beers. Once we got to the gas station, Jake had to use the bathroom. When he was in the bathroom, there was a dirty, sketchy guy in there. Jake struck up a conversation with this guy. It was pretty normal.
Look at that nigga. That nigga look dirty as fuck. How your hair green, my nigga? I bet you that's not dyed, nigga. Nigga, that's nasty, nigga. What the fucking your jacket nasty as fuck. Nigga, you look like a down bad John Wick. You like the dude from The Last Man on Earth. You know that one show, Last Man on Earth? He was like that nigga.
Except when the guy asked why he was out so late and if he was by himself.
Nigga, you don't have to know that, my nigga.
Jake brushed it off as the guy was just trying to tell him to stay safe. We bought some snacks and we noticed the guy following us around while he was talking to someone on his phone. We left soon after, and on the way back, we sat on the side of the road and talked for a while as we drank some more. It was pitch black by now because there are no street lights in the area. We saw a car coming down the road, which was no big deal. We sneak out pretty often, and we've never had any real problems. Cars usually just drive by. This time was different. The car spun around.
That nigga did so Fast and Furious shit.
In the road and pulled up right next to us on the street, and two guys got out. We ditched the beers, got up, and sprinted down the street. Jake and I hid behind an RV, while Sam hopped a fence. The two men looked dirty, like they hadn't showered in days. We watched the two guys for a little while, which is when we noticed that one of them had a gun in his hand.
Shit.
They looked in our direction for a few minutes before they got back into their car and drove off. Jake and I looked for Sam, but we couldn't find him.
That nigga
So
Sam
we decided to head back home.
That nigga Sam's dead.
We thought we had lost them. But on the way back, we turned a corner, and those same guys were sitting in the car, waiting there.
What?
We ran through the alleyways and backyards until we lost them.
How are these niggas finding y'all?
Every few minutes, we saw the car driving slowly down a street or alleyway in the distance, and we would hide. Eventually, we made it back, and Sam messaged to tell us that he got followed by a different car, but he made it home safe. It's been almost a year since that night.
Okay.
We're always more cautious when we go out, and Sam still has nightmares about being abducted. I don't know for sure if the guy from the bathroom had anything to do with it, but we believe that he's somehow connected to it.
Yeah. Okay, this is the end of this reaction. I hope y'all enjoy the reactions, and I'm happy to react to scary videos back. Hey, if y'all want to see more, first, before, go to Llama Arts. Go to Llama Arts, subscribe to her, like the videos, and like this video. If y'all want to see more reaction scary videos, I'm going to be doing them, okay? I've been a long time I've been doing, because I've been looking up to people who watch scary stories or watch or react to scary stuff like Blasphemy HD, Arts of Kicks, Corey's Kitchen, Mesh Yourself. Like, these are all people who react to scary videos, and I look up to them. And I'm happy that I can do it too. You know what I'm saying? But like the video, subscribe, and I'll see all of y'all on the flip side. Check one of them videos on the side. I'll see y'all later. Goodbye.